Looks like it's time to feed these cows again. Whoops, I'm not supposed to hit them, supposed to feed them. We're trying to get our numbers up here. Now, from last episode, you may have remembered we built this cow pen, we built that barn, and what I'm a little worried about is, are the cows going to escape? So far, I think they've done okay. Guess I should put my wheat away. I think they've done okay with staying in here, because what I ended up doing as I decorated this is that we put here on the edge some berry bushes underneath. Hopefully that's going to keep them in. I didn't do them all the way just here on the edges, because there were a few times they tried to go around that fence. And so I've got them on both sides. Hopefully that's going to keep them in and we can keep working here on the barn. And with us getting all of this looking pretty good, we got the barn, we got the farmer in there. Oh, and someone returned my beacon. And I guess that's a perfect segue into what we've been doing out here at the farm. We've been working so hard to not just get the farm done, but off camera, I've been going through and terraforming like crazy, figuring out where some roads could go. Let's get up here on top of this hill. You might remember this hill had a whole bunch of trees. It was about 10 blocks taller. So we brought that down a little. That's where my beacon came from. But as you can see, we've cleared out a pretty big area here that's going to go all the way around our farm, be viewable from the city, and that's exactly what we wanted to do because we're building a village out here. And if you didn't remember, the reason we've gone with so bright of colors on this farmhouse, a bright red barn, is we want this to be, I don't know what I'm going to call it, the village of color. I don't know the proper words. If you've got an idea for what we could call it, please let me know. But the idea is that everything in here is a different color. It's vibrant, it's colorful. And as you can see, I've started marking out plots. I'm actually going to have a few different crafters come and build some starter houses, we'll call them. And we've got some ideas there, but I've got plots kind of marked out throughout this whole area. You can see them marked in different colors of wool. But today, that's not going to be our topic. Today, we're going to tackle something that I don't know if you've seen or if I've shown, but you've probably seen it definitely on other people's videos. Oh, and you'll notice I now have rockets. We went to the end, and we'll get to a clip of that here, but let's put on our wings. Oh, it always feels so good to fly. I love flying. It's so much quicker, but I still like riding my horse, so I don't know what we're going to do. But over here, you can see that I've started a place that we're going to build a building today. And the reason for that is earlier in the season, we built an XP farm that was down here, the Skelly spawner. A silverfish farm is down there. But this has been the entrance for as long as I can remember. There was a hill here with a hole in it. Now there's a wall with a hole in it. We don't want to keep having a hole, so today we're going to work up there. So I'm going to go get some materials prepped so we can start building. But before we do that, let's jump to that dragon fight so you can kind of see some of the highlights. I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but let's at least see kind of some of the funny moments.
Going south.
And we're off.
Yeah,
Most of us.
well, actually,
horses. I do have one now, and it's got the best name.
All you jump runners. Ugh.
Oh,
Meanwhile, Cuba
Oda, we have golden carrots now. You don't need to worry about.
Yeah, but I don't have
Dang,
16
speak for
stacks
yourself.
of them.
Okay,
He's
there we
actually
go.
dragging his horse with him. I love it.
Cube, you got an extra
Yeah, there's
lead. I
someone
forgot
way
one.
over
Can I ride
here
it?
on the
Cube.
horse.
Nope.
Is this
Well, leave it
anybody?
to Feather.
Did we lose anyone?
I'm coming.
Tall ones in the back.
Oh, not me.
Not me.
Where did the average height people go? That's all I need to know. Cheese!
Sorry.
Who's still
Yeah.
down there?
Yeah, that's
It's
keep
me.
trying to
I
place
don't know
it.
where you are.
every time I tried to place
Cube,
a torch,
cube,
you
follow,
ran
follow,
where I was
follow.
placing it.
I had to dig my way up here.
This way.
All right.
Ready?
Do the thing.
Yeah, see ya.
Okay.
Oh, there goes
okay.
Goose.
Oh,
Not all at once. Not all
Oh
at
gosh.
once.
Safe.
Oh gosh.
Careful. It's
Lag,
a platform.
lag,
It's a
lag.
platform.
It's a platform.
All
Okay,
Oh,
so we
man,
have to.
that-
This is
Be
gonna
careful.
not end well.
I'm picking up somebody's stuff. doing
I'm
this
trying
now.
not to pick up this person's stuff.
Got him.
Oh shoot! 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 Shoot!
Nope,
Shoot!
it
Shoot!
doesn't
Shoot!
do
I'm gonna die.
anything. No.
I love all the boats on the ground. That's kind of funny.
GG, Feather.
All right, and we're out here in the end, and look at what I found. Oh, ship, I love finding those. Man, I really hate getting over to them. So we need to figure out, are we going to go across here? Maybe it's shorter over here. We'll figure out a way up there, but I'll get up there and let's see if we can get us some wings. But I think we're going up in a safer spot. So hopefully this is gonna work. Oh, we made the advancement. All right, let's see if we can get in here. Okay, we're at least safe inside of this part. We can do it. Oh, I didn't even bring a shield. Didn't even think about that. Oh, and we did it. Yes. And some wings. Oh, sky's the limit. I love it. I love it. That's so good. Now we've got it, and we can explore a little bit easier now. All right, so you saw that we got out to the dragon. We got to the end. Didn't find much. At least we got one pair of wings, so that'll do. But now we can get started. I've gone through and collected way too many resources. I don't think we're going to need all of that, but I always like to be overly prepared because I hate building half of a thing and have to go out and find more materials. But as you can see, I've kind of gone with a layout here of a building on the side here, a building back in the corner. This one, if you remember where I jumped down, which I think is right about here, is where that XP farm entrance today is. Well, we're going to move it a little bit. It's going to be in this building. So now you'll come through that side building in here, down. I've got a surprise for that later. And then I want to have a little place where I can actually sell some of the stuff I'm getting. I have a bunch of materials, so I want to make sure we get those. So this side's going to be a convenience store. Now, I don't know how I'm going to quite get this going. What I think we're going to do is start with the bigger building. I have a better concept of what I want there. I want to feel almost like an apartment complex because we have a bunch of starter homes here. But where do all the regular people live? These are all pretty nice big houses, as you can see. So I want to have a little bit of an apartment complex. So I'm at least going to get the outline and kind of a shell started on that so we can see what it looks like. All right, and I think we've got at least the materials going. So this main building, as you can see, we're going to do it white. And really, I'm not going to do much of the interior. So we're going to focus largely kind of on this corner because there's going to be a building coming off here, a building coming off there. And then when we get, and I think we're going to talk to Millie. I think I'm going to have Millie come and help me with the interiors because I want to really do something cool, which we'll get into in a little bit. But let's at least get some of this going. And let's see here. I want to also have out some of this, I don't know what's it called, mushroom block. So let's see, we're going to try and go up a total of 5 here. How many are we up? 2, 3, 4. We'll call that 5. Now the next portion, we're going to have jut out. And I'm actually going to only kind of build out just the corners here. And then we're going to probably end up detailing this a little bit more. Because what I want to do is make sure that the shape's going to look really good first. So that should be 3. Yep. We'll put a bone block. And all this dirt we'll replace eventually with something a little bit better. Again, just wanting to see if this concept's going to look good, if it's the right proportions for the city. I think sometimes in my head I get this really cool idea, and then the proportions look pretty weird once you get it in actual block. So let's see. The idea is that that would be the top. Okay, yeah, we're not too far above. What I was worried about is we're going to be sticking way up. It looks like we're in a pretty good spot here, so I think that's going to be fine. So let's jump down and see. Yep, that's going to look good. Now, I didn't want to make these floors full floors. It's more of a facade where maybe there's going to be something bigger inside. So this is really just a look, and I think that's probably about the right proportions because this building, what I'm thinking, will probably come off about there, and this building will come off about there. So it'll give us kind of 3 different heights. Yep, that's great. So I'm going to actually go through now and at least build out the frame of this so you can see what's in my head. All right, now we got the frame of this all built up. I think it's looking pretty good. It's kind of the shape. And yes, it is very stark white at this moment. We still got a lot of details, a lot of color to add. But the one thing that I always like, and you guys know this if you watch my channel long enough, is to look at sightlines. Now, if you don't know, this spot right here is actually our spawn. So if you die, you pop in here. So a lot of people end up in this area, and you can see I've got my house there. Well, one thing I always like to check is sight lines. So when we're here, can we see something back there? I didn't like that it was just blue skies and trees. Like most of these are starting to get closed off in a way that makes this square really feel like a square. But ours felt more like this, had nothing behind it. And now that I stick that in there, I think that's perfect. That we have something that kind of draws you back. You want to go see what it is. And luckily it's bright enough white, and I kind of did that on purpose. Because if you look at my build here in the front, it's dark. Millie's is kind of a middle-ish color with some dark bottom. So I really wanted to have something that would pop out. Now, it's getting dark, so I better sleep. But we're going to keep going on this. And what I'm going to do next is just see if we can get kind of the frame done over here. And maybe the frame here, so we at least know what these buildings are going to look like together. And then we'll start working on the details. Alright, even though it's raining, we're going to go and start building out this side. As you can see, we have our whole color palette here. From our dark grays, our mid grays, up through our lighter grays, into our moss and our cobblestone. Or sorry, our moss. So this might look familiar because we use some of these same colors over in this build. And that's really what I want to start doing with this next portion. Is that when you're out here, this building that I already built will feel like it's connected. So it's a little bit of a city feel where so many other builds are disconnected, which I love. I don't want anyone to get me wrong. I love this look, but I do want to make it feel a little more community like some of these buildings were designed together. So we're going to use some of this color palette for both this building on the right and for the one on the left. So I'm going to actually just go through here. And most of this is going to be pretty simple. We're going to use a lot of the same kind of a base down there where it's dark. And I think, I don't know, do we do like a window there? This is really just what I do, guys. I go through and I think, okay, there's a window there. Let's put another one, sure, right here. Yep, and then there'll be a 3-wide door. I think that's going to be about right. So I'm going to build up at least what the facade height will be, and I might build out this one too off camera. Sleep first, build those, and then I'll show you what it's looking like. All right, and just putting in the last couple of blocks there so we designate where the entryway is. I think we're getting the 3 different levels. We got the taller apartment building, we got kind of this building, and then our convenience store. I think it's going to be a pretty big convenience store. But I got some ideas for that one. That's where we're going to be selling some of the things that we have. So this is roughly what's in my mind. As you can see, there's not a lot of details on here just yet. It's really just trying to rough out the shapes and see if I like the apartment complex. Running back here, checking again that sight line. Oh, that looks looking so cool. Definitely gives you something that if you saw that through the crack, you'd say, all right, I'm going back there. I'm going to see what it is. And there you go. And then the nice thing is it opens up. Sometimes when you stick buildings in, you think, I'm going to stick it right here so that it's next to everything. But what I like is from back here, it's a little bit on the tight side. But as you come through, you kind of get this moment of, oh, there's actually space back here. So that's going to be pretty nice. We'll eventually have a road that goes through there, road back through there. And then we're going to design some landscaping around this here in a minute. But now that we have this main portion, I think we are ready. And I just want to make sure that I kind of got, yeah, we got some windows cut out there. Okay, we've got plenty of space back here. I think it's looking pretty good. Now for Nard, he's got a very modern house. We've got this cyberpunk next to it. So it's going to be a little weird. So we might have to work with him to see if we can do a nice transition, whether that's, I don't know, some trees or some landscaping that really kind of goes from his modern style to our cyberpunk, but I think we'll be just fine. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to get out a bunch of details, and where I'm probably going to start is down here on the convenience store, and then we'll work our way kind of to the taller buildings and then finish on the apartments. So I'm going to get a few pieces here, and what I really want to use is, let me dump off some of this stuff so we don't have too much, is this glazed terracotta. Now, I don't usually use glazed terracotta for anything. I think it's kind of a weird block. But as you see out here on this cyberpunk house, we used it for some decorations, for some signs, even for, I don't know, pretending like there's some kind of sign and color there. But we're going to do the same thing with the convenience store. I really want to tie in both buildings so that they kind of feel like they go together. So what we're going to do over here for this convenience store is really start kind of using this same thing. Now there's no rhyme or reason to any of this. I just kind of stick it in. Maybe it looks good. Maybe it's not going to look good. But the good thing is we can kind of figure that out. And maybe that dark blue is too dark. We'll jump down here and see. Yeah, I think that works pretty well. Now it's going to look crazy right now, but I'm going to go around and then we're going to put a border on it. And I think the border, once you see that, will make a little more sense. Okay, and this next part hopefully is going to start tempering this down a little. What we're going to do is actually put in some of this, what is it called? Polished tough stairs and the slabs. So I don't want a ton of this color, just a tiny little band of it. So this is kind of a fun way that if you want just a pop of it, you can actually just put a half slab and only get the bottom of it. So that's going to look pretty good, but it's going to kind of give us that cyberpunk feel that we're going for. So again, we're just going to go through and cut this all in half. So it makes it pretty quick into something that's a little colorful, yet toned down enough that it's not looking too crazy. And that's what's going to give us our cyberpunk feel here, is that we're going to have those pops of color, and even the glass windows we're going to go a little more fun on, and hopefully we're going to have enough of these slabs. Yep, I think we're going to be just fine. Oh, don't want to lose that one. All right, so that's going to give us kind of that roof line, which is definitely what we're looking for. Yep, that's looking good. I'm going to break this because we need to put one here on the end. And now a lot of what we just need to do with this is put on the roof, put in some detailing. So I'm going to do those details so you can kind of see what I'm thinking in my brain. And then we're going to move over here to the XP portion. Okay, and some of these colors are going to seem pretty bright, but as you can see, when we only use them in little increments, they're not too bad. Like the majority of this build is actually gray and white. So these little pops of color really start popping. And so we've used lime green glass on both the entranceway here and in here. I might actually use some dark green to kind of, I don't know, put it on the corner, make it look like it's shadowed a little bit. But we still need to put on the roof here. But as you can see, we use the tuff to kind of go around this edge and then deep slate on top. We want there to be a little bit of a gradient there where the bottom and the top kind of match. So it goes a little lighter and then back to darker. Now we're going to do almost the exact same thing over here. I'm going to take out these same deep slate bricks. We're going to come up here. That scaffolding is way too high. Let's break that down a tiny bit. We're going to put some here on the corners. We're really going to kind of just jump up one here and put this all above the level that it's on. And let's see, I think we're going to finish it off like that. Let's jump down. That might be in the wrong spot. Yep, see how that window is right there? This window's in one. So I'm going to scoot that over one. No big deal. That's easy enough. But that is what our roof edge is going to look like. I might add one here in the middle on both sides. But I'm going to get that roof on. And then we'll start detailing this building even more. All right, and some more detailing that we're going to do here is really we're going to bring in some of the copper like we did over there. We've weathered it down a little. I like it when it's more green. So we're going to kind of put in the different awning there. And pretty quick, that awning is up and good. Now, do I have some wood here? Let's see if I can make some sticks. Because what we're going to need is some... I can't do two things at once. I can't think. We're going to need some of these guys, some levers. Let's just make, I don't know, 10 for now. We might not use them all. But I love this detail that I've kind of found this season, which is using levers to hold things up. We did the same thing up there where it really feels like it's some kind of support. It also kind of makes it feel rounded a little bit. And yeah, that's looking good. And if you saw in my inventory, yes, this building is going to have orange glass. I'm really trying to go for all the colors in this because we don't want it to feel like it's really just a gray building. So we're going to put in some doors just like we did on the other one. Put those here. Nope, I still got my iron bars. Perfect. And 2 doors. Now I know that that's 2 to 1, but we'll at least make it look... Well, I don't know. Do we want that or do we just want 1? Let's try it with just 1 here. Yeah, I think 1 makes more sense. It's 3 wide. We've got 3 pieces. This was 4 wide and we had 4 pieces. Perfect. All right, so that's looking pretty good. Now over here on the side, I am just going to kind of do roughly the same thing here. We're going to put up... Oh, I'm not going to have enough orange glass. Going to have to make some more. I'm going to put the trapdoors here just so that they look like kind of decorations over the window. Maybe they're holding out the water. I don't know. Yep, that's going to be good. Now, I'm going to need to figure out some kind of detail here. This wall's pretty flat at the moment. Like, even though that's going to give us some variety, I don't know, maybe we'll stick a dumpster out here. I don't know if Archon wants to live next to a dumpster. Or maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't have one in his nice, clean house. So maybe we'll give him one. I don't know. That's a detail. We'll figure out more to the end. Now, what I want people to be able to do is know what this building is. So the reason we've kept this pretty flat is I actually want to put some lettering up here. So let me grab those materials and let's see if I have them right offhand. We're going to do some of that and I don't have the other color. So let me go grab that and then we're going to put the letters on the building. All right, now I may have spoiled this before, but I think I already said that this is going to be our XP farm. So really, I just want to put the letters X and P up there. That may be easier than I think. I think I have the right things. We're going to put a little extra scaffolding in here. I want to make sure I don't fall off. Let's just be very careful here. So if I'm going to do this right, I think, I don't know, does the P go here? And maybe the middle of the X is, let's see, maybe here, because I want a edge here and an edge there. Sure, let's give that a try. I don't know. Like, let's see, this one probably, oh man. This is why I don't do my decorating sometimes in the live recording, because I can't think and place at the same time. So I think that's what we're going to do for our X. Yeah, that's looking right. Okay. And this one, yep, that looks like an X. Okay, maybe I can do this on camera. Let's see if I can pull it off. That's the top, that's the bottom. And gotta make sure this gets rounded, not like that. Oh, we're gonna need that one though. And let's see here. So that's bottom and top. All right, let's see. Did I get it? Oh yeah, it's gonna look better when I move the scaffolding. Let's do that real quick. Why is that being held up? Hello? I don't know what happened there. Oh, because I put that one somehow in there. Okay, no problem. All right, so that is the XP. Yep, I think that's going to be pretty good. And I didn't want to use banners because banners load in funny sometimes. So really what I wanted to be able to do is for you to be able to see it from far back, run up, know exactly that you're going into the XP farm. Now I've got some ideas. Now, right now this is wide open. I don't even have the walls on this building. You have to figure that out, and we don't have a roof on here. But the idea is that you're going to come in, and as you come in, there's going to be kind of a secret way of getting in here. So you'll come in, this will look, I don't know, like a little store with a front or like a wall here that it doesn't look like you can go anywhere. But there's going to be a secret. I don't want to spoil too much. There's going to be a secret way in. This is going to be kind of a cool little area. And I think we're eventually going to have an elevator that goes down. But that's all future things. Right now, we got to get this building, the exterior finished. So I'm going to grind it out a little bit. We're going to put in some details on here, maybe some signs. I'm definitely going to sleep. And then we'll see if we got the exterior done here. So let me sleep, get those details on, and I'll show you what I did. Oh, wow. We got all the details in. It took us a little bit, but let's do a little tour. And look at the details that we put on this thing. Man, there was a lot of detailing. This took me quite a while. And we don't quite have the interior done here yet, but let's talk a little bit about the outside. So we put a sign up there. That's actually reminiscent of what sign we kind of put up here on top of our starter house. We wanted these two to feel like they were pretty close and that they, I don't know, maybe were built by the same person, because I guess they were. But what we've got here is 3 separate buildings that essentially connect to each other. We'll get to the convenience store last. But the idea is that this is like an apartment building. This is going to be the entrance for our XP farm. Going around the back, there aren't too many details here. There is a dirt pillar where I've asked Nard if it was okay if we put a custom tree here, because I feel like this view is a little bit weird coming in, that it's just my house, his house, or I guess not my house, my building. And this might help kind of blend out this area a little bit more. But we've got some details. A little hard to see. I guess I can get out some rockets here. And let's see if we can fly in and kind of show you the backside. So yeah, I think this is going to look pretty cool. Let's actually come down here. I don't know if I've looked at it from across the river. So let's see how it's looking from down here. Oh yeah, okay. I always worry about the backsides because sometimes I don't finish them. But I think we put enough detail on there that that is going to look just fine being perched up on that hill. And if we come flying around, we got some details here on the back. Let's land on Lane's building here. And so yeah, this side maybe is a little boring, but I think I might put some custom trees to help blend it out. We don't want to go too crazy because I'm not sure what's going to be built around here. So that's kind of that backside. Coming up this hill, as you can see, as you come up, it's a pretty cool view. But I put another dirt pillar here. That's going to be another custom tree too. So eventually there's going to be some kind of a building here. So I think having some kind of a custom tree will look pretty good there. And if we come inside of this big building, you're going to see that we don't have anything in here yet. Except for I know I want a door here. I've built, or at least kind of lit up this area. Oh, and you can see outside. But we've kind of lit up this area. I don't know if this will be like an office area. Not sure. And then obviously we have all this room. I'm not sure what we're going to do there either. As you can see, I need some help. I might go talk to Millie about helping me interior decorate this. But one thing I do know is that we're going to have this area come through. There might be some stairs that go up there. And we're going to put an elevator that goes down to the actual XP farm. Right now, it's, as we've seen, kind of on the outside. So this is going to be an easy way for you to come in, take the elevator down, be able to come back out. But we're going to do all that redstone a little bit later. Okay, now let's talk about this convenience store. So the idea here is we didn't want to go too crazy. We got a guy in here working. We'll talk to him in just a second. But we've got a bunch of different blocks that we've been harvesting around here that we're not going to use. Oh, don't have the slime, bamboo, and the stone. We still got to get some more, but the idea is that there's some convenience items that maybe people will use a lot, or at least, I don't know, hopefully someone uses these. We needed the mushroom stems, so we got a lot of mushroom because of that. But that's going to be our little store. As you can see, it's kind of mix and match. 2 stacks for 1 diamond, so if you want to come in here and get 1 of bone and 1 of honey, great, no problem. It's however you mix them. But now that we've got this set up, I think that we should talk to the new storekeeper and see what he thinks. Oh, he's already shaking his head. Hopefully that's something he's just thinking about. But let's talk to him and see what he thinks. Hey, Mr. Wanderer, thank you for taking on this shop. I'm so excited that we've got this open and that you get to manage it. The next project is actually going to be right next door, so you might hear a little construction going on. We're going to put in an elevator, put in a redstone door, but don't worry about that. I'll do it quick and it won't affect your business. Sounds good. We'll talk to you soon. All right, and there you have it. Mr. Wander is ready to take over this shop and keep it going for us. So hopefully we'll get some good sales here. I don't think we've gotten anything. Yeah, it's pretty early. Oh, we did sell a little honeycomb. Anything else? Nope, nothing just yet. But I think we got this shop up. We got the parking lot ready for everyone to come in. So it is time to get this portion opened up. And then next time we're going to work on getting a door in here, a redstone door and a redstone elevator. So definitely come back for the next one as we keep working on this and getting it wrapped up so that everyone can get down to the XP farm a lot better and maybe have a little storytelling behind it. But until the next one, we'll talk to you soon.